Listen to that. That's the sound of a nation's pride. The roar of engines, the perfectly synchronized footsteps of thousands, the thunder of cannons over a historic river. That is the sound of half a century of unity. It's 5 a.m. in Ho Chi Minh City, and behind me, Vietnam is waking up for a landmark celebration. This is what it looks like when a nation celebrates 50 years of unity. Today is a huge milestone, and I'm taking you right into the heart of it all. From the ground-shaking military parades to the vibrant street festivals and the spectacular fireworks that will light up the entire country. This is Reunification Day, and you've got a front row seat. Even in the pre-dawn air, you can feel the energy. It's electric. For weeks, the city has been buzzing with preparations, workers setting up massive stages, fighter jets and helicopters rehearsing their flyovers. But today, that anticipation is at its peak. Thousands of people, some of whom camped out all night to get the best spot, are lining the streets, waving the national flag in a sea of red and gold. Then, at 6:30 a.m., it begins. The official ceremony kicks off along Le Douane Boulevard, right in front of the iconic Reunification Palace. The solemn flag-raising ceremony is punctuated by 21 cannon salvos, their booms echoing across the city. A powerful tribute to a peace that was long and hard won. And then comes the parade. It's a spectacle on a scale that's hard to wrap your head around. A grand military and civilian procession is underway. The ground trembles as armored vehicles roll past. Perfectly disciplined rifle squads march with a precision that must have taken months of rehearsal. We're seeing formations of decorated veterans, their uniforms covered in medals. Some are seated on double-decker buses, getting a hero's welcome as they pass the grandstand. They are the living history being celebrated today. Looking up, the sky is part of the show. Formations of helicopters carrying the party and national flags lead the way, followed by advanced fighter jets streaking across the sky, a symbol of Vietnam's modern strength. This parade is a powerful statement of national pride and a testament to the deep-rooted friendships in the region. It's impossible not to be moved by the sight, a showcase of cooperation and respect on Vietnam's biggest stage. The crowd is a spectacle in itself. The younger generation is a huge part of this. You see teenagers live streaming the parade on their phones, their faces lit up with excitement. They might not have personal memories of the war, but you can feel their sense of national pride. It's a modern patriotism, one that honors the past while being firmly planted in the present. As one young person told me earlier, they don't know much about the war itself, but they know their grandparents fought so they could look up at planes in the sky without being afraid. But a celebration this huge isn't just about military hardware. It's about the spirit of the people. As the last of the military formations passes, the parade's tone shifts. It turns into a vibrant, colorful, and joyous procession of the nation's culture and its future. Now, we see the civilian groups. There are school children with bright, hopeful faces. There are dancers carrying white doves that are later released, symbolizing the peace the nation holds so dear. And you see hundreds of women, absolutely radiant in the traditional gao dai. Their flowing garments a graceful and beautiful symbol of Vietnamese identity. Elaborate floats drift down the boulevard, some shaped like the lotus blossom, the national flower, and others carrying large portraits of Ho Chi Minh. These floats are accompanied by exemplary youth, representing the future generations who will carry the country forward. The streets, already lined with red and gold banners, are now filled with music, dance, and the cheers of the crowd. It's a display that truly comes from the heart, a showcase of the very soul of Vietnam. The parade also features delegations of overseas Vietnamese, a poignant symbol of the day's theme, unity. Seeing this level of national pride is just incredible. If you're finding this journey into Vietnam's biggest day as fascinating as I am, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. You won't want to miss where we head next. To really get why today means so much to millions of people here, you have to look back. I'm standing just a stone's throw from the Reunification Palace, a building that is more than just a building. It's a symbol of a turning point in history. On April 30th, 1975, North Vietnamese tanks crashed right through the gates of this palace, ending the Vietnam War and decades of division. That moment marked the liberation of the South and the official start of Vietnam's journey as one unified nation. It's a day officially called the Day of the Liberation of the South and National Reunification, and it stands for the end of a long, painful struggle for independence. For some, it was a moment of victory. For others, deep loss. But in the 50 years since, the government's message, especially on this anniversary, is all about reconciliation and looking forward. This celebration isn't just about a military victory. It's about the joy of a nation finally at peace, finally whole, and finally in charge of its own destiny. And you can see that story of progress everywhere. Behind the historic palace, a modern city skyline scrapes the clouds. The Vietnam of today is an economic powerhouse, a country that has transformed itself with incredible resilience. This celebration, set against a backdrop of gleaming skyscrapers and busy commerce, is as much about celebrating that economic journey as it is about remembering the past. It's a powerful contrast. A nation that deeply honors its history while racing confidently into the future. As the afternoon sun softens into a warm evening, the formal events wind down, but the real party is just getting started. The entire city becomes one massive street festival. Streets named after national heroes are now hubs for community gatherings. Families spread out picnic blankets in the parks. The smell of incredible street food is everywhere, and music seems to pour from every side street. Nguyen Hue Pedestrian Street, in the heart of the city, has become a multi-zone cultural stage, hosting everything from brass band performances to traditional folk music. There's a beautiful community performance, a massive folk dance that symbolizes Southern Vietnamese identity and pride. The Saigon River also turns into a center of celebration. There are lantern nights with illuminated boats, water sports demonstrations like flyboarding and paragliding, and even a floating stage for music. This isn't an event you just watch, it's one you become a part of. The atmosphere is just pure, unadulterated joy. There's a sense of community and shared happiness that is just so infectious. As night falls, a new kind of anticipation builds. Everyone is waiting for one thing, the grand finale. First, the city's landmarks become canvases of light. A stunning 3D mapping show is projected onto the facade of the People's Committee headquarters, telling the story of the city's 50-year journey through a brilliant fusion of light and music. Then, over the Saigon River, the sky goes dark for just a moment before exploding into a breathtaking spectacle. A massive drone show takes to the air. They move in perfect unison, forming intricate patterns and symbols. A map of Vietnam, a flying dove, the star of the flag, tracing the nation's history and growth against the night sky. It's a stunning display of modern technology telling an ancient story of resilience. And just as the last drone fades, the sky erupts again. The sky erupts again, this time with a massive 15-minute fireworks display launched from numerous locations across the city. The colors burst over the river, reflecting on the water below, as the entire city looks up in collective awe. It's a dazzling, emotional, and powerful end to a day we'll never forget. As the last echoes of the fireworks fade, all you can hear is the sound of a happy city. Today was so much more than a celebration. It was a powerful, deafening statement about the present and future of Vietnam. It was a display of immense pride, hard-won unity, and the incredible, unbreakable spirit of a nation that has been through so much and has come out stronger. From the solemn parade this morning to the joyous street festivals and the breathtaking light shows tonight, this 50th anniversary was a chance for Vietnam to show the world and itself just how far it has come. It was a day of memory, but more than that, it was a day of hope. A celebration of peace, prosperity, and the boundless potential of the next 50 years. If you were moved by this incredible celebration of Vietnam, please subscribe to join me on more journeys like this one. Thanks for watching.